slow company growth, slow or no growth. So take charge of your courage. Take charge of your career. How engaged you are at your job. Ask yourself this question. Am I fully engaged or am I not? Okay? You need to understand the reasons why are you not growing. Participate in development activities. Seek career counseling. Keep growing. What I will come to afterwards is keep growing. Okay? Skill obsolescence. Very common. I always tell my employees, make sure that you do not become obsolete. Very fast, if you stop learning, you are obsolete, especially those in the technology sector. You can see the last 10 years how much technology has grown. Your skills can become obsolete very fast. Okay? Are you obsolete? Okay? Look at the picture, the lady operating the telegram or telegraph or the typewriter, all no more, gone. But they were very highly paid at one time. Okay? Obsolete. Okay? And in today's world, many skills are going obsolete. Okay, a reduction in the employees' competence resulting from a lack of knowledge of new work process techniques. All these are changing. Okay, with rapid or disruptive change, today's hot skills become useless tomorrow very fast. You need to keep changing. One thing that is certain is change is happening so fast in today's world. You have to keep up with it. Okay? It is not like 20 years ago, very slow and steady. Now is fast, move faster. Okay. Now, you need to adapt to change. One of the most difficult tasks is adapting to new changes. Okay, you face a lot of uncertainty. What is there? What is there? What shall I do? I don't know this, I don't know that. But no, that is not an excuse. Keep on the lookout to train yourself. Change is constant. Change will never stop. Okay? From my past 30 years working experience, if I look back the 30 years, change never stopped. Change keep on happening. Over the 30 years, there was never a point I can say this year there will not be change. We will maintain. No. Even when I was the head of a technology department in the bank, change is always there. I'm always look out for change. What is out there? What is out there? Change is not easy. It's one of the most critical work life skill needed for everyone. Who you are, every person needs to look out for change. You cannot go out there and say, hey, I don't know anything about artificial intelligence. Hey, I don't know anything about IoT. No, you are supposed to know. Okay? Now, if you look at our 10 top emerging skills, World Economic Forum, I just picked this up, 10 skills. Just a few years ago, this was some of the skills, we never heard of them. Okay? Now they are coming as #1. Analytical thinking and innovation, that is the top skill in 2022. Active learning. Creativity is coming up much faster. It might reach #1 very fast. Technology design, learning about technology. Critical thinking and analysis. Complex problem solving, leadership, emotional intelligence. All these skills are coming, but what happened to the other skills people learn for years? Manual skills, manual dexterity, endurance, precision, memory. Memory no more, all in computers, all in artificial intelligence. Okay? Think what are the skills in future? Prepare yourself for the future skills. Okay? So move forward. Keep moving forward. Look out what is there, what the market needs, what the employers needs, not what you think you need. Okay, so look out, like World Economic Forum, every year they have this forum where they discuss so many issues about technology, about human resource skills, so many areas of discussions. Now, next one, work-life conflict. Very big problem. But my research says very big problem in some countries, but not a problem in some other countries. Who are the ones mainly facing this problem is women. Okay? If you look at this in Malaysian statistics itself, 75% of Malaysian mothers will quit their jobs due to lack of flexibility. Another 94% of women surveyed said that they would be looking for a new job in the next 12 months. Why? Because they need to handle the job responsibility as far as some of the family role. In certain cultures, women play a very high role in terms of taking care of the family. They are the ones who actually run the household. Okay? So, work-life conflict, how to manage it? Does the company offer flexible working arrangements? If not, how? Okay. So how do you move up your career if you cannot manage both? You might burn out, stressed. Okay. And this is a very big problem for women in certain countries. Again, I want to qualify, certain countries is not facing this problem. I think it's the culture, I think it's the way of they live. Some countries is very bad. Now, the next one, another big challenge. Are you pigeonholed? What is pigeonhole? Have you seen a pigeonhole before? That means you're stuck. You cannot grow. You have been categorized as someone who is skilled in only certain areas and not considered for any other type. You only know this job. But sometimes the bosses play dirty. They let you do the work because they got nobody else to do it. They know you are the best one who can do it. They let you keep doing it. But you should not be pigeonholed. Look at yourself. Am I being pigeonholed? Am I going to do this for the rest of my life? Am I stuck? Okay. Sometimes you need to speak up. Your boss is aware of your career goals. Is he aware? Sometimes he's not. His work is getting done. Sometimes you have to tell him. Okay. Get clear about career direction. Get ready to say no. Raise your hand. Look out for opportunities. Okay. Especially the second one. Get clear about your career direction. Where are you heading? Are you stuck? Okay. There's a book on it actually. Okay. Avoid getting pigeonholed. What to watch out for when you're good at what you do. You're too good. Your boss just wants you to be there. That's it. Older employees. It can be age discrimination coming in. In the US, how many people are turning into retirement age? 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 every day. In many other countries, very high numbers. But here again, I put myself as an example. Invest in continued growth and development. There's such thing as a second career. Okay, you cannot say that I've reached my retirement. To me, there's no such thing as retirement. Okay, I will keep on working as long as I can. And sometimes these older employees are stereotyped in the workplace. They are taken as people who only know certain amount of work. They are not computer savvy. They are not this, they are not that. They are stereotyped. They are just waiting for them to retire. But no, these older employees sometimes can contribute in many areas. So if you are in this category or you are going to reach this category, invest in continuous growth. I worked in corporate sector. I worked in project management. I kept growing, and now I'm in the academic sector. Okay? And am I still growing? I will not say I'm 60 years old, 60 plus. I'm still growing. I will never say I've completed my growth. No. Workplace bullying, I will not touch more of it. I mean, is how you handle it. There's another challenge, career challenge, workplace bullying. Sometimes co-employees get bullied, not only by the co-workers, even the bosses. There are some co-workers who are like big bullies there because they got a lot of cables. Okay, so there's no easy path in career. Career is something that you need to work very, very hard. You need to move. Okay, there are many paths you can take. You can see from here, there are many ways you can climb up the ladder. Okay, now there's a question asked, how long does it take for me to be effective in my job? Can I be more effective? Can I grow if I attend a course? Can I attend a course in 6 months? I attend some courses in Harvard, 1 year, 5 years. How long does it take for me to grow? Okay. From what I know and what I read and what I experience, there's no such thing as 1 month, 6 months. It's a continuous journey. It's a process. Example, you invest in stock market, you don't earn overnight money. You keep there for some time. Or maybe you go to a gym, you start developing yourself. You want biceps or six or abs or whatever, all this they call it. You don't develop it overnight, and you need to consistently develop yourself. It's not one day go, one day no. No, it's consistency must come in. Okay, there's not such thing as I did this within 1 year, I will be here within 5 years. No. So what I look at is there's no such thing as goal. Okay, it's a growth mindset. Some people come, my goal in 1 year I have to do this, 5 years I will be there. No such thing. Okay, I will say that go towards a growth mindset. What is it? Growth mindset means I am looking at how far I can go. I continue going. When I reach a point, I continue moving. A growth mindset, continuous growth. There's no end to growth. Continue growing, consistent growth. Like I said just now, there must be consistency. I also highlighted here repairing versus preparing. What is repairing? Some people are just repairing themselves, learning this, learning that, but did you prepare your journey? It's a long journey, like I said. So go towards a growth mindset, not a goal mindset. Okay? So very long journey, uphill journey. You can say that I spend 1 hour a day. Example, today I learned this, tomorrow I learned that. After 5 years, I will become an expert. No such thing. After 5 years, a lot of things would have changed. You need to keep learning. Okay? So that's what I call a growth mindset, not a goal mindset. Continue to expand yourself. Okay? That's the biggest challenge. Learning is a process, ongoing. The journey continues because growth has no finishing line. There's no finishing line. Even for me, there's no finishing line. Every day, I'm getting better. Okay? Every day I learn. Change is happening every day. Changes are so fast. Okay? So what does it take? What is the one thing that makes or breaks you? Okay? There are many things you come across. Okay? From what I see, one of the main thing is relationship or communication skill. Even my sons, I tell them, make sure communication and relationship. And I call it connection. One of the most important skills, whether you're a leader or you're moving up your career leader, you need this particular skill. Leaders cannot succeed in life without communicating effectively. Okay, you need to continue moving and making connection. Is not easy. Sometimes when you're too friendly, people take advantage of you. It's not that. Connection doesn't mean people take advantage. Connection means you understand the others, you work with them, you know them, get to know them. There's a connection, there's a relationship. Okay. What else? This means learning how to connect with them. There's so much I can talk about career. There's so much of experience I have. Okay? So connection is the ability to identify people and relate to them in a way that increases your skills, your influence. Okay? Now, what is your greatest challenge? I will ask you these questions. What is your greatest challenge in your career? Okay? Many people give me all kinds of answers. My greatest challenge is I need some experience. My greatest challenge is I need to be more self-confident. My greatest challenge is this. My greatest challenge is that. My greatest challenge is I don't have the skill. I need to learn the skill. I don't have the capability. I don't have the capacity. Or what is your greatest challenge? See, what I tell them is the greatest challenge is you, not anything else. You are the greatest challenge. Okay. Why? Why? Self-discipline. You want to be anywhere, you want to move anywhere, your self-discipline must be the first one coming in. Go uphill, do it yourself. You need the willpower. Going uphill is not easy. It's not an easy journey. It does not come to you automatically. It's not given to you. You need to work for it. To become a move up the ladder, you need to cultivate a life of discipline. Discipline comes with a price. You need determination, perseverance. You need to invest in it. Time, energy, commitment. Okay. Like myself, I've got very strong discipline. I did my PhD. How did I do it? Investment, time, energy. I practically gave my weekends for almost 4 years. No weekends. And it pays. Discipline turns talent to greatness. That's the first thing. If anyone asks me, what's your career challenge? You discipline. You're self-disciplined. Look at yourself. Ask this question first. Are you highly self-disciplined? If no, I'm so sorry. Okay. So everything starts. You want to grow. Look at discipline first. Okay. Look at this. Discipline. Now, assuming you now know that I need discipline. I'm very well disciplined. I know I will need to go uphill. I need to do certain things to go uphill. Okay, means to make a choice to go and get it. I want to grow. You must have the intention, very strong intention, and perseverance and determination. Next step. I got discipline. I got the intention. Are you consistent? Or just one day yes, one day this, one day no? Very consistent. Consistency comes in. Okay, you have the consistency, but are you aware of yourself? What is your strength? What is your weakness? Are you aware? If not, you cannot grow. I must be very highly self-aware. I know my strength, I know my weakness, and I can manage my impulses very well. I'm emotionally very stable. Then I climb up to the next level. Passion. I love what I'm doing. Okay, I bring a lot of energy. I'm very energetic. My energy gets moved into my other office or my, even if I'm looking at my followers or my employees, I need a lot of passion. Okay, there's no such thing as free rides. Okay, for every hill you conquer, you gain confidence, and you climb the next. There's no such thing as you climb one hill, that's enough. There are many challenges coming in. Okay? You cannot maintain. You need to continue. Okay, this is where I will bring in EQ. I'm not going to touch so much on it, but I will stress the importance of emotional intelligence. Okay? I've done a lot of work on emotional intelligence, but if I get a chance to speak, I've spoken in other areas, but this is something that I will stress that everybody need to know. EQ. EQ can be learned. It's not that EQ cannot be learned. EQ can be learned, but you need to have the discipline to learn EQ. Somebody's phone is on, mic is on. Can you please off it?
Please unmute your mic, dear audience, please.
Okay. Mr. Sohail, how much time do I have? 5 minutes?
Carry on, doctor. Yeah, go ahead.
5 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so what I will say is, towards coming to my conclusion, play to your strength. I think in many countries, like cricket is becoming a very popular game. Okay, you might be a bowler or a batsman. You might be better in bowling than being a batsman. So focus on your strength. I cannot make a bowler to be a better batsman. I might make if I recognize my strength as a bowler, I might go for might develop my skills in bowling. Although I know I can do batting. Although in Malaysia we don't play cricket so much, but I know a bit about it. We used to have cricket games in Malaysia, but nowadays not much cricket here. Nowadays all is indoor games and all this have come in. So look at your strength. Where is your strength? Okay, some people focus on their weakness. I'm weak in this, I'm weak in that, but where is your strength? Okay, multiple studies have shown that people pay keen attention to negative info, not only in yourself, in the others also. Okay, this person is not good, this person is not good, but where is the strength? Sometimes we forget the strength. We forget our own strength. Okay, so focus on the strength. Like I gave the example of a cricket game. Okay, there can be differences. Okay, so what is this foundation of a career growth? I will say trust. Are you trusted? Can you be trusted? Can you be trusted by your peers? Can you be trusted by your bosses? Okay, when I go and I receive a promotion or I'm given a job, Dr. Joe, you are now promoted to this particular position. I'm very happy that my boss have trusted me and I cannot let him down. Okay, I will not betray his trust in me. That's me all the years. Okay, so trust both ways. Okay, the organization has given you a position. You are earning a living. Okay, trust. They trust you that you will do it, and you trust that the organization will keep their promises. They will value your whatever your contributions. Trust comes everywhere. So trust, I will say, is the foundation of career growth. If you don't have trust in the organization, or the organization does not have trust with you, there's no career growth. Okay, a critical way to gain trust is to be willing to give trust. And in many organizations, yes, I differentiate between accountability and blame. A lot of bosses, a lot of people, this thing that they never accept accountability, they blame. They have always got excuses. Okay, but to move up the ladder, sometimes we need to accept mistakes, apologize for it. I'm sorry I made a mistake. I will not repeat it, and don't blame the mistakes because this person did it. No. If it's a teamwork, take it as a team. Okay? Don't blame. Once you start pointing fingers, you cannot grow. People are looking at you. Everyone is looking at this person now. Cannot be trusted anymore. Okay. One incident sometimes can bring you down, all the way down. Okay. So this is actually some things I can share. Let me go. Okay. Now, emotions. I like to talk about emotions. Okay. In career, in your career, does emotions play a critical role? If you look at emotional maturity, are you matured? Okay. Sometimes emotional maturity comes with age, but not necessary. Emotions can be learned. You can learn to manage your emotions. Some points on this. Career and emotions. How you feel, how you act, how you think. All these are connected. My feelings. Okay. My feeling guides how I act. I can react very fast without thinking. Okay. Now, there are 4 points I wrote down here. Emotions without thinking. Sometimes we have these emotions coming in us, taking control of us without thinking. We go downhill very fast. Emotions with wrong thinking. I think wrongly, also downhill. Emotions with above thinking. My emotions override my thinking. Also downhill. The only uphill or move up the career ladder is emotions with right thinking is uphill. Okay. I think you all know about this blind spot. Okay. Every one of us have this, what I call the blind spot. We can't see it. Okay. Others can see. Others know about you, but you don't know about yourself. Sometimes they see. Unknown to you, but not to others, we call it the blind spot. You can find this blind spot in this Johari's window, they call it. Yeah, correct. Johari's window. Go and look out for Johari's window, blind spot. People know you, but you don't know. Okay, this is where emotions come in. So this comes to say, can I manage my emotions or not? Okay, am I emotionally matured? No. So this is emotional maturity. Level of self-awareness, my self-awareness, my strengths, my weaknesses, my self-confidence all come to my self-awareness. Understanding my strength and weakness. When I understand my strength and weakness, I become more self-confident. I learn how to manage my emotions. I don't act impulsively. So emotional maturity goes beyond simply identifying. It requires that you pause, question, and think before you act. Sometimes this is where we said count to 10 before you act. When you are angry, count to 10. Okay. The greatest life is one between knowing and doing. Okay? Courage to make decision, courage to do something. Courage does not mean you are afraid. Courage is overcoming the fear. Passion. I just like this word passion because this is something that has been driving us for so many years. You can read this from many leadership books. Example like Simon Sinek. Okay, passion is a fuel for the will, the willpower. Passion means you love what you're doing. There's so much energy in you. You're always smiling. You are not the one that or come to work in an angry face and all. You come with so much of energy, positive energy. So people want to follow you. People like you. Okay, someone who cares for other people. Passion is for the company and for the people involved are the key to a successful career. So find your passion. Find your passion. Passion sometimes come with your job. Do you love your job? Okay, a passion to work for reasons that go beyond money or status. When I say I'm working for passion means I'm not looking at money. I'm actually looking at recognition. Okay, something that I want to achievement. I'm very achievement oriented. I've got a passion to do it. This comes from Daniel Goleman. I love my job, or I like my job. I love my job. That's what Simon Sinek says. How to love your job, the environment. Okay. Visionary. To career growth, one of the challenges, some of us are not visionary. Okay. You need to have a very clear vision where you want to be. Empathy, understanding, putting yourself in the shoes of others, especially if you are in a leadership position. Okay? Do you understand others? Do you understand their needs? Different people got different needs. Okay? So these are some of the points. Creative thinking. Creative thinking is something that is becoming so prominent nowadays that you go for an interview anywhere, creative thinking, automatically you have an edge on the others. Okay. So creative thinking, breaking out of the entrench, changing your mindset, think outside the box. Creativity, be very creative. Communication is taken for granted, something that you need to learn, continue learning, it never ends. And communication brings in relationship, and relationship brings in connection, and from connection, you move up. Connection, connectivity, perseverance, never give up. I've got Steve Jobs here. We never give up in his career. We never saw him giving up. Okay. Story of Colonel, he never gave up. Okay. He got 1009 failures before I say yes. Ethics and integrity comes in also, and self-confidence. Okay. Build yourself. But self-confidence, I believe, comes with your self-awareness. Are you aware of your strengths and weaknesses? Without that, I don't think I can find self-confidence in myself. Okay, like Fred Smith, he built up FedEx. When he gave the idea about FedEx, his professor rejected it and gave him a C. Okay, but what the professor told him is you cannot compete with US Postal. They are big, they are huge. But today FedEx is bigger than US Postal Service. Adaptability in today's world. For career growth, one of the biggest challenge, can you adapt yourself? Can you adapt to the new environment? Can you adapt to the changes? So I think this is the last point I want to raise. More focus and questions. Okay, Mr. Sohail, any questions? Can we look at the questions?
We haven't received any questions so far. There are many positive comments, motivating comments. They like it, getting benefits out of this. We appreciate this from our audiences. If you have any question, please put in the chat box, or Dr. Joe is with us. Mr. Parsu, Mr. Parsu, I think he would like to ask a question. There's an audience here. 1 minute.
Okay, there's a question to say, what is your investment in career management? Right. Okay. When I say investment in career management is, I'm talking about, if I look at myself, me, what can I invest in myself? I need to identify areas that I need to improve myself. Only I know where I want to improve. Okay. The second part, I need to identify my career path. Yeah, I know myself. I know my career path. These are the areas. Example, I identified my emotional maturity. I'm not emotionally strong. I need to grow here. So I start growing. Growing doesn't mean I have to attend courses. Sometimes even talking to people, building relationship. You can even sit down together and have support each other, talk to each other. Okay? That's how you actually learn. Ask yourself, what do you need? I cannot tell you that because what my needs are for growth might be different from yours. Okay, and your career might be different. Ask, what is it? Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, Mr. Rajesh asked to throw a light more on EQ versus IQ.
Okay. EQ is emotional intelligence. IQ is my cognitive intelligence. Okay. Now, you can see that there are many people who do very well in their exams and schools and everywhere, first class honors, everything, but they don't do well. Why? Because EQ. EQ is emotional intelligence. EQ means there are 4 parts in EQ. Number 1 is my self-awareness. Am I aware of my strengths and weaknesses? Okay? I'm not reacting. I don't get angry so fast. Secondly, I can manage my emotions. Manage means some people get shut up, angry very fast, but there are others who actually you can see a leader, a good leader, you can never see them getting angry fast. They manage their feelings so well. That's why I said you can count out to 10. The other part is, this is me, the people around me. Okay? That's what I call social awareness. Am I aware of their feelings or not? This is where empathy comes in. Okay, I understand them. If I put myself in their shoes, I know how they feel. Okay, I understand them very well. That is social awareness. And from social awareness comes relationship. I can build relationship. Okay, I can manage conflicts. Okay, this is how it goes. Okay. Any more questions?
I think it's an extension of this question. Could you please describe how the emotion leads to the leadership?
Okay, how emotion leads to leadership. Okay, this you need to go to this book by Daniel Goleman. He actually looks at each component, like self-awareness, I will say, is the foundation of leadership. If you are not aware of yourself, you cannot manage yourself, you cannot be a leader. And as a leader, you need to build relationship. That's where social awareness comes in. All 4 areas of leadership, I mean, this emotional intelligence, and research has shown that EQ is twice as higher, twice better or higher than either IQ and technical skills together. I can be a person who has got very strong technical skills. I can be a person who has got very high IQ, but I cannot manage myself. I cannot work in teams. I've got very low EQ. I get angry very fast. I cannot control my impulses. I cannot understand other people, cannot be a leader, cannot. Okay.
All right, Doctor. I think that's a very good explanation, and I hope our audience has got it. If any other question, we'll get back to you. By this time, I would like to invite our second speaker. Dr. Joe, will you be us?
Yes, I will do.
All right, thank you. So now I would like to invite our second speaker, Dr. Abdurrahman. Before he starts his speech session tonight, I would like to give a brief information about him. Dr. Abdurrahman started his career in UK, United Kingdom. After completing his diploma studies and all, then he moved to Malaysia. He completed his bachelor and master's, and he did his doctorate degree from France, Horizon University. Dr. Abdurrahman started his career in Raffles Education Group as a lecturer in hospitality school. Then he became the head of that hospitality school. Dr. Abdurrahman was also the CEO of IHM College. Currently, Dr. Abdurrahman is working as an associate professor in Daffodil International University. So he got more attributes about his experience and all. I think we will listen to from him. So now I would like to invite Dr. Abdurrahman. Dr. Abdurrahman, it's over to you, sir.
Hello, good evening to everyone. And I really thanks and my gratitude to ISDC to give me some time to speak with all. So thank you to Dr. Jaginder, all the participants, and of course the host ISDC. Okay, so I'm going to talk today also about careers, challenges and issues or career management. So I'm going to share my some slide, then we can talk more about that. Okay, I think you can see my slide.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay,
It's clear.
thank you. So I think before we started our lecture, I can maybe again I always start my lecture with some question. So this is the questions I'm going to throw you. You can see the question, I hopefully. Okay. Normally, always what is in our mind? How do I figure out what I want to do for a career? How can I get my dream job or a career? So this is two questions, because as we know, career is basically we define or we divide it into two parts. One is for the job seeker, another is those already in the work field or career. So my slide is or lecture will be actually for both. Those are the job seeker and those are already in their working field or they are already in working. Okay, now we can see here. I have a diagram here or a clip you can see here. Sometimes our mind, I have the education, I have knowledge, I have skill, I have some what we call some ability. I have few things, I have many things, but why still I am unable to get my dream job, or what is my problem, or why I cannot reach my target? So we believe education is the one of the fundamental requirements to get the what you call to success. But this is also, I personally believe, the only the education or good results or good CGPA achiever cannot, or it cannot give us the very success if we unable to blended all the things properly. So this is how we try to sort out and we try to give you some guideline. We try to give you some suggestion or some advice how you gonna to blend it or how you gonna to be synchronize it to get you success. And we know we have normally we are very much conscious about that. Okay, what is about career? So I just give a small. It's not a definition, just it give you some idea. Normally, we think career is the job or a profession that someone does for a long period or their life. Your career is the part of your life that is spent in working or a field for or pursuit for the consecutive progressive and achievement, especially in the professional or business life. So I mean, career is not only the things we are working for somebody else. It is actually, we can say, this is, you can do your own career, you can do your own job, what we normally call, you can start business, you can become the entrepreneur, you can become what you call the consultant, freelancer. What is, there is a lot of profession we can choose, especially nowadays we can see here thousands of profession, independent job is there, so we don't, or we might not necessarily to be hired for somebody, or somebody should be hire us for the only to getting the do their job. We can actually choose our career, we can choose our job, we can choose our profession. So but why I give a little bit explanation about the job or career. Now you see here, we are living in the society, we are living with the family, we are living the circumstances, people. But before you decide your career or before you decide to do your professions, you might consider this few facts. Either this can be also the major problem to make us failure. Sometimes, as we mentioned, the starting first one is the family. As we believe, especially in Asian and especially this area people, subcontinent people, we are too much. I just saw Dr. Jagandir also said about the emotion. So emotion is actually related to all these things. I may share one example. In last 2 weeks in Bangladesh, I saw a guy who started his business to be a delivery man, and once his parents heard this, both parents suicide together just due to their son finished the graduation and he started the career as a delivery man. Can you imagine how much emotion we are? So this is why I bring this to you. This is, I believe, it is really very important, because we believe we are in the family, and especially in the continental and South Asia or Asian people, we have big bond with our family. So we should be care about them. And also we should be, because if you want to work peacefully, if you want to start your career with your aim, with your object, or with your vision and mission, you also be little bit, I'm not saying too much, but you also need to be give some concern or give some what do you call importance to your society, what you are going to do or what you doing, because we believe our career, our profession, our business is actually relate to social, political, environmental, economical, and many others. So we might also give some concern to the society. And of course, experience, you need to see, you need to have some research, what you gonna to do, what will be the future, so that there will be some experience we can gather. I normally divide it into two. One is, I call the pre-career, another is the post-career. So I will come back later on there. So maybe pre-career planning, we can have some experience from our seniors, our society, our friends, our partners, even in many ways. And these are the things I think we may consider and we should concern all before we should starting our career planning or decision. Now, career decision, what we should do before we make decision, or we going to making our decision final. You need to do the self-assessment. what you have, what you doesn't have, what is your ability, what is your ability, what is your what you can achieve. So to do that, I think everyone is quite aware about the SWOT analysis, but I am not saying this is SWOT analysis. I have some guideline later on the following slide, how you gonna to do the self-assessment. Then you need to explore yourself. You need to have some experience, and you should taking the action based on that. That can, I believe, that can give you a good career make a planning or career planning decision. And another one, before you do the what you call career planning, what you also need to consider, I just share one things you see here. Nowadays we are not, human being is not your only the competitor. We believe fifth industrial revolution, especially from the third industrial revolution, making us competition with the machines. Still some country in the Asia and some other countries, still we are using some human effort or human workforce to do our job. Actually this picture I took from the Maruti, and still we can see there is the combine with the machines and human. But you can see here, this is from the Japan's Toyota, almost 100% effort is coming from the machines or robot. Then you can see here some fact, like in Bangladesh ourselves, we have many people alive, or we have a few million people working as a garment sector, as a garments worker. But we can see in some countries, especially Taiwan, many of the Asian countries still already a long time ago they started the machines effort to do even garments sector. So this is not only for the non-skilled people, this is for the skilled people also. We are really becoming, our life becoming so hard, and we are becoming the not only competitor with the human, we are our competitor is, biggest competitor I will be say is the what we call the machines and technology. So after this we will see why should we are giving this to you, what we need to do. Because of that, we can see here, this is issues, what the issues is nowadays we are facing in the career management or career plan. Of course we can see here demand, deficient unemployment, lack of qualification and technical skill mismatch. This is also one of the biggest issue we can find. Lack of access to capital, finance, financial crisis, business support. As I mentioned earlier, you can see here, I told not only to work with the people, or we shouldn't do or looking just employment to work others. We can become the self-employment, we can become the entrepreneur, we can become the business person, we can become the businessman, or we can become the independent, what do you call the independent business person and employment. But sometimes we also facing a lot of issue in the financial fact due to the economical, due to the social, due to the geographical factors. So, and also within this we can see here some technological advancement and knowledge is also become the challenges to us. And the most thing we can nowadays facing is a rapid technological change. We can see here, like today we can see the last year we use one equipment, within short time, maybe another 1 or 2 years later, new technologies, new equipment already introduced. Like you can see here, iPhone, every year coming the new phone, new feature, and they are creating the new market. But you can see the same technology also become changed rapidly. Then lack of entrepreneurial and life skill education. We basically in the, as I mentioned, in the subcontinent or Asian or this region, we can see many people, they are going to the university or getting their degrees, just they want to become the employment to others. So, and our education system also teaching us, okay, after your graduation you should go for this job and this job, but that is really good big challenges for us. Then competition, technology and machines, industrial revolution. I think you guys may be aware about the industrial revolutions. We can see here 1780 when industrial revolution was started, there was a light machineries were introduced, and people are mostly depend on the agricultural and others profession. But in the second industrial revolution, we can see heavy equipment, heavy chemical and heavy industry were introduced that time. And slowly on, in the third industrial revolution, we can see here computer and internet, which is making our life more easy. But we didn't think this one become the biggest challenges and biggest competition to us. And due to that, you can see a bigger 30 years ago, those are living in this area. I may give you one example how the machines is reducing even some small jobs also. Example, 20 years ago, when I was in UK, that time we write a letter. We didn't have the way to talk with our parents, because that time, the most of the time there was a phone was very expensive. To call 1 minute is too much expensive. But nowadays, you see here many post office, postmaster, we call like runner, many of them. If in Bangladesh we have around, if we're talking 86,000 village, almost 3 people each village has lost their job just due to only email and small technological advance. So we can see here how much job we lost, how much people is going to be unemployed due to the industrial revolution. Then we can see here when we calling the fourth industrial revolution, bringing us almost many things with the digital advancement, digital uses, and also we know AI were introduced, mean artificial intelligence. Nowadays many things even we don't need. Last time many people work as a translator in the country. Many people who are working as a typist. Nowadays we cannot see even any typewriter in the city. So there is a lot of things we can say industrial revolution giving us, make our life is more easy, but this is make us very competitive and very much competition to our to us in the job market. Of course, the fifth industrial revolution, which will be make us that already practices in Europe and America, and a lot of people will be going to unemployed. And of course, there will be, what we need to do? We need to fit with us with them. Then we know about the machines, technology, and human combination is becoming the fifth industrial revolution. Then we can see here newly entering the workforce. Then every day we have many people we hire. We have so much graduate in our country. We are producing 20 million graduate every year. It's a graduate from the governments, private and others universities. All the graduate we produce around 20 million in the year. But we see here our employability, our job focus is not that much. We still hiring people, top management from the different countries, especially in Bangladesh. We're hiring a lot of people from India, it's from Sri Lanka and many countries. And same as I will be say other countries also same. But why? Of course, we are not capable. Our capacity is not up to the standard to run the industry here. So that will be the another challenges. Socio-cultural factors and inhibitors to the entrepreneur. As I mentioned my beginning of my lecture, I say we are living in the society. We have to focus a lot of things in the society, family, parents, and others. That is one of the reasons our parents in this, especially middle class family, what they are looking. Their children will be graduate, of course will be find the job. Many of the parents is not really support their kids or support their children to become the entrepreneur due to the social. Like as my son already graduated, completed BBA, completed the engineering, completed the CSE. But why should we work in the shop, or why should he started a small business? He should be work for the big company. He should work to the multinational company. So that socio-cultural factors also become biggest, I will be say, one of the biggest inhibitors to the society, and it is really reducing our to developing, or what we can say is creating the entrepreneur. Then economic and political factors. As we know, even though we always say, okay, we are rich, we have our economic is booming up, this, that, but can you still see how, like one COVID-19 break a whole world economic. Many people is become the unemployed. Many many people become the jobless, and of course there is no recruitment already here. So can you see here? This effect only not to the Europe, America, or not to the only Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Dubai. Everywhere is same. So we have to be also focus on few instability of the political factors and political we can say sometimes policy also become one of the biggest issues to become our competitors, or it's become the challenges or issues to creating the job or creating our employability. Then policy, of course, we can say many policies regarding like okay, this graduate or these types of people cannot work this industry, that types of people should not be work this industry. There is many things is there. Even government side, we have a lot of not only in this country, every country we have a lot of policy. And even same that you want to create the entrepreneur, there is a due to the policy. Many people cannot get the government support to become them or to be a entrepreneur and other independent jobs. And sometimes no recognition. Some of people working as a self-employed. Sometimes even he want to get some bank loan, he doesn't have the salary. How he also cannot get the support from the bank. This is really so pathetic, I will be say. So many independent people, independent employee cannot get the recognition in the society, cannot get the recognition and support from the financial institution, cannot get the support from the bank, cannot get this so many way. Actually, this is make us a big challenges. Then industry support and patronage. We can see here industry also sometimes not supporting our people, our graduate, our people. Those are become our new generation. So same education system, we can see here thousands of million of graduates we produce every year from the different universities and college. How much of them getting at least fundamental? They just only know how to sometimes memorize the book. They know only how to memorize the. They only just target. Due to that, they target only how to get the graduate. They doesn't. Our system not support us to become how should we gather knowledge. Even myself, when we are teaching, sometimes we give student the case study. Like they are like when they get the case study, they become panicked. If you doesn't have these types of skill, how you gonna to be earn the conceptual and interpersonal skill? But we think okay, we get the graduate, we get the CGPA, and I think they are thinking okay, we are getting the success. And upon graduation, they are really very difficult for them to getting the job. So we doesn't have proper also orientation. So this education system also, we think, I'm not saying it should be changed. We can maybe modify our education system. We also can see in Australia, in Singapore, and in even Philippines, we can see they are practicing the TVET, technical and vocational education. We have this education, but why should be technical and vocational education should have so much what we call we say theory. This is mostly should be about the practical oriented job. And also, as I mentioned, we have some socio-cultural problem. When you are getting the graduation in that industry or that field, oh, I need to have a big job, I need to become the boss. These types of thinking also work with the students or those are fresh graduate. They think they got graduate, why should be they starting in the root level job or the beginner? So, and as I mentioned, our total overall things by social acceptance is very poor. Many jobs or many professions really not accepted by the society. then what should we do? We have a lot of problem. Yes, we still have some solution. I believe where there is a problem, there is a solution. If no problem, how can we define or how can we identify our strength? How can we identify our best candidate? So this is what we should do. I will be say, set your goal, objective and vision. If you able to create your goal, your objective and your vision, I believe if you work based on that, no one can stop your success. Because if I think example, okay, if a student, we believe it, okay, there is a some student study in the business, some student study CSE, computer science, and set your goal. Okay, I want to become the, every class on, we have new student, we asking, what do you want to do? Okay, I want to become the, what we call, work in the multinational company. I want to have my own business. I want to work in the good company. I want to get the government jobs. Yes, it is nothing difficult. Based on your quality, based on your target, based on your goal, I think this is nothing difficult. This will not difficult for you if you really focus. I will be say not 100%. At least you focus 70 to 80%. It is very much easy and possible to you to achieve your goal and to reach your vision. Then you need to also analyze need assessment. You need to identify your interest and passion. Sometimes, as we at the beginning I said, we also need to concern our family. We need to concern our society. Yes, we should do. But I believe if you are enough smart, you can blend it. You can combine it. You can do the things. I give one example, maybe how we call it. We have one city mayor. He was passed away in 2016. So he told his father was a clerk. He had dream always his son would be work as the position where everybody salute him. So his brother was one of the really brilliant and tough student. So say, okay, my father dream is somebody should be salute me. If I want to be the government secretary or I want to be the whatever the jobs, like people maybe not know about that what I'm doing. So his elder brother say, okay, do one thing, do something combination where your dream and my father dream can be matched, and you can you can also reach your goal and your vision. So he joined to the army and he had become the army chief in Bangladesh. So can you see here, it is of course to become the army chief in the country is not a small matter, and same time his father dream were also fulfilled. So we can do one thing like this. Okay, why not we do? Sometimes our parents is looking the dream. Our parents see some dream to us. So we can also maybe combine. We can combine our parents, our dream together. Then leverage your strength. Of course, your strength is the things where is the most big capital for you. We always say your strength, your ability is the biggest capital is rather than anything. If you have something, every student, everyone have something which is special, which doesn't have others. So try to define it. If you're able to define it, combine your passion, combine your strength and abilities together, and you can also start your objective and target to reach your vision. Then also, as we mentioned, same, find out your genius. If you really, there is something, you have something. Somebody is very good in maybe cricket. Okay, if we call cricket, there is a three part, right? So we also need to see which one is the more demandable, which one is the most what you call demandable in the team, and same time your contribution can make you long way. Same, find your genius, draw a career path, then it will be easy to reach your vision. Then do the job. Mean whatever in your mind, what you feel very happy, what you feel passionate, do it. Explore your personality. That is very important for every people. We are very brilliant. We are very much knowledgeable. We are very much skilled, but we doesn't have the personality. We doesn't have the value. If you doesn't have the personality, people will not respect you. People will not value you. So you need to develop your personality. Then learn multiple skill and intelligence based on the job demand or current demand. So every time we might learn some skills, some intelligence, because we know the job or technology is rapidly changed. So we should be much careful. We should be much aware about what is the new things coming. It's like a fashion. We can see here every 6 months new fashion come about cloth. Same, you can see here nowadays we call business is not also sustain. Some business, not all business. Some business is not sustained more than 3 years if you are unable to change, if you are unable to match with the current demand. Then change your approach, learning style. Sometimes we have very good learning, but we doesn't know what should be. It's like a road. If wherever, if you going long route, you need to move your car or vehicles based on the road. If the road is straight, yes, you have to go straight. If you turn, you need to. So if you cannot run yourself in the same speed, you cannot run yourself with your own style. You need to change your approach and learning style also based on the current demand. Develop your confidence. This is the one of the biggest problem in the fresh graduate. Even I have some students joined today. Many of them I take a small survey every day. I think today class, many of them I ask you what is the big problem. They say we are not confident. So I believe this is not only their problem. This is the major problem in the fresh graduate. Even those are already fresh graduate and already in the working industry, that is also their problem. Many times they doesn't know how to build their confidence. So I believe if they have all the above things, they have the personality, they have some skill, they have some knowledge, they have some new learning. Of course, that one can be develop their confidence. Even they should have communication skill. As the most of them we can see here, a non-English speaking country. When we asking them to speak in English, that is sometimes is another issue. So you can learn that is the English or language is a skill. So you can learn this skill also. Then examine your values and importance. This is for those are already industry. You try, check yourself. What is the value given to you by your company or by your employer? Then check your importance in the company. You have to define it. If you do the self-assessment and towards the company, you will find how much valuable you are, how much importance they given you. If no, then you should leave the job. Then you can say why. Either you should be improve yourself, you should be assess yourself. You need to find yourself what is the problem. Why company doesn't give me the value? I'm working in the same position last 5 years, but didn't have any promotion, didn't have any increment. So you need to define it. Then flex your networking muscle. I will be say this one nowadays is the most important things to you have a very good networking. It can be help you for anything, for your jobs, for your skill, for your business, whatever you do, I will be said this is one of the biggest or one of the most important tools to flex your network. Then look opportunities, look for what you sell, find what is the front, find what is the waiting for you tomorrow. Now we can see there is some model we have. You need to you can maybe follow it. Same as we mentioned, the assessment yourself and create future. How? Personal career builder, branding. You need to. Nobody will build career for you. It's like a study. Nobody will be. Nobody. We are not the small kids. Our parents will be feed us. If we are under 6, 7, 8 years or maybe 10 years, sometimes parents feed us. But we are matured, we are adult, nobody will feed us. So you need to create your own future. You need to define yourself, who you are, what you want to do. Then personal career branding, job search document. You need to know how to find the job. What is the tools you can use? As I earlier explained, you need to create, you need to build up your network, social, online networking, application, interview. You need to study a lot. I'll give you some guideline how long you can maybe take for that. Then you also need to know your values. As I mentioned, what is the value you have? Define your value, assess your value. Then you find strength, personality, ambition. Then of course your plan. You should go for action. You should goal setting, prioritize tasks, action planning, reality testing, and of course explore your option, industry trend. You need to see nowadays what are the industry will be more creating more opportunities. Nowadays, as I mentioned, most of our Bangladeshis or some young people is looking, okay, what do you want to do? I want to get the government jobs. I want to work in the bank. I want to work in the insurance. I want to work in the financial company. You have a lot of options. But beside that, we can see there is a lot of opportunities is there. So you need to develop your plan based on this model. And okay, now you come, what do you want to do? How long you need to spend for that? It for the fresh graduate or the job seeker. I'll be say after everything, you can decide, okay, the step 1, know yourself. After graduate or when you planning, okay, I want to start my job in next year, or I want to start my job in within 6 months. I want to be employee. I want to get the employment. So step 1, know yourself. You take 2 months time. No, regardless, doesn't matter. Try to study yourself. Try to test yourself in different way. Then know your market. It's like product. You are the product. You know, customer will be find like customers. Example, if you are the bodybuilder, what do? Sometimes we are looking some supplement. You will be looking same as you prepare yourself. It's like both way. Employer will be look you. You also look to the employer. So you take time yourself. You see where is the market based on your values, based on your qualification, based on your ability, based on your personality, based on your everything. You can see who or where is your market. Then you charge the market. Take 1 month, 2 months maximum. Then make career decision. Okay, after that you have few option. Okay, A, B, make plan A, make plan B, make plan C. Don't take so many plan in the beginning. Then you will be like at blah. You need to making option A, B and C. 3 options. Try first one. Try it. At least you can try 6 months. At least I will be said. If you not, then you can say, okay, why should be I unemployed long time? The plan 1 is the highest preparation for you. Am I right? If I'm not mistaken. So I will believe in the first one. If you failure, obviously the second plan will be your next option. So your first job example, your plan to become the BCS cadre or civil servant. I will believe you have the highest preparation. Your written, your knowledge about the English, maths, general knowledge, written. Maybe you qualified the level 1. It will give you maximum privilege. I have so many friends who tried the BCS one or twice. Then failure, they easily got the job to the bank because they know what is the what they are looking. So I believe if you have three options, plan A is of course your first priority job, second is the second priority, third. So if you are taking the maximum preparation for the first priority, if you failure, you can try again. If no, then you can go for this option 2. Then develop career planning act. You try to plan what should you do, why you are failure. Then I believe within this 6-7 months, if you really determine and you are really much focused on that, you will be in the fifth step, you will surely get the job and you can manage your career. So this pathway or this guideline, I hopefully can help you. It will be like 1 year. You can maximum spend 1 year time. Even you go to BCS like 1 year also, this year to another year, or civil service. Then this is for those are already post job, in the job. You are in the career, you are in the job. Why are you going to see yourself? And of course, I just make sure some of the slide or some of the information, of course, I took from the internet. So all is not mine. Okay, don't be say okay, this is there and there. So about post career, what you want to do with the post career? You are already started your job. Let's go. You work as in the bank. We are talking about the general line. You are started in the career in the bank, or you are started career in the HR, or you started career in the multinational company as a beginning level, or we can call assistant or executive. We start it as a executive. Okay, how long you want to work for that? I will be say 3 years. This is a very standard one. Within 3 years, you might promoted yourself. If no, then it is your problem. Either you have some problem with the organization. So you should be not less than 3 years. Some of the problem is I see post career. Within even 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, they try to find another job. Fresh graduate, especially, we call the job hopper. We have many of them is the very big, ambitious. Yes, you should be ambitious. You should be target, you reach in the director level or the top level, in the top level management. But you cannot jump. You need to patient. You need to have a time. You need to spend your time. You should be work at least 3 years. I will be say work at least 3 years in the beginning level. And if you not promoted, you need to find your problem, as we mentioned earlier. Where is the problem? Your problem is that your values. Your problem is not you cope up with the organization mission, vision, and goal, or you doesn't have enough skill, or you are not appreciated your job. So you need to do that. Then you should be promoted in the senior executive in the next level. At least I will be say you need to work again 2 years minimum. Before even after that you promoted, you don't try to find the jump again in the manager, assistant manager. Don't. Maybe sometime it will be not, if you got the opportunity, yes it is. But if you are not, don't much look big, we call it like a hopper. Try to follow the consequence. Then slowly on you become the like assistant manager or unit manager, you become the manager, and of course you become, we hope within 10 to 12 years. Within 10 to 12 years, you should be promoted as at least director or GM at this level. I mean top level management. If no, then you need to study each level. Example, you are already become the unit manager or department manager. But you can see 4 years you work, 5 years you work, you doesn't have the promotion. You doesn't have the increment. Then again you need to assess yourself. What is the problem? Why I didn't get the promotion? Why should I be there in this? My junior become my boss. So you need to assess yourself. Then self-assessment we mentioned. How you want to do that? First you think who you are. Motive, improve. Processing of capacity to develop. and confident. If you really, as I mentioned, you are not promoted or you are stuck in somewhere, try to assess yourself. Use these tools or diagram. Open, receive, and curious, aware. You should be accountable. You should be professional, goal oriented. Then think what you can do. First one, you need to think who you are. Then second step will be what you should do. Think what you can do. Then of course later on how you can do. So we need to follow this consequence. Collect data, professional knowledge, desire, capacity, assess yourself. Then interpret data, compare and constraint with others or constraint. We can see here what is the capacity or what is the capacity your friend had. So then slowly you move to the how you gonna to apply it, how you can achieve that. Then you need to reflection, you need to have critical thinking, you need to have skill, as I mentioned, conceptual skill, you need to have interpersonal skill, you need to develop your leadership, you need to know how to make the challenges, you need to know how to control yourself, you need to know how to control, organize, leading, planning and directing. If you know how to do that, I believe nobody can stop your success. Then tools you need to use for that. Things can be used. You need to, as I mentioned, you need to have a very good critical thinking. You need to have very good what you call the standard or guideline and the benchmarking yourself. Okay, I and my friend, we passed in same university. My friend become the CEO of the company. I am still the manager or I am still the unit manager. So you can see if you compare yourself, but don't be depression. By doing that, if you depress yourself, it will be more problem. So I will say don't depress yourself. Try to benchmarking yourself. Try to get some learn. Try to get some feedback from others, especially your mentors, your superior, your subordinate. Even also sometimes can give you some feedback about your problem, because sometimes we people doesn't know, we cannot see, we like elephant, we cannot see our body. So same as we are like as a we can ask our subordinate, we can see how is that, what are their quality, what is the problem, what is the issues, what is the management looking, what is the other department in the organization. We normally know there is at least 4 or 5 major department. So you can see what is the other department doing, what is the other department managers or directors or the GM doing. You can benchmarking and you can get some guideline and comparison with them. Then of course you need to have very good critical thinking. You need to have the what we call the very much analytical skill. You should be very visionary. You should be have entrepreneurial quality. Why people hiring you? Even you work for you, even you work for others. They are looking you an entrepreneurial role. How much risk you can take, how much risk you can, how much you can depend to others, how much you can give the what you call freedom to your subordinates. So this is all the things if you have, and based on that you assess yourself, you make the benchmarking. I believe you can define your problem. It's like a diagnose. We go to see doctor always looking and hearing from us. After that, he not confirm, or if he not like as confident what is the problem, what is the disease you carry, what he ask you? He ask you to go for diagnose yourself. Go to the diagnostic center and do this test. Is meaning same. We also need to diagnose ourselves. How we should define our problem, and based on the problem we should be treat or we should be fix ourselves. Then assessment needs, as we mentioned, we have some organizational determination, priorities. What is the organization looking from you? What you looking from the organization? Make organization a improvement or allocate resource. It involve determining the needs, gaps between where the organization envisions itself in the future and organization's current state. Then develop a plan of action and address the need. What we normally call, there is a 3 types of organizational needs you can look. Try to analyze organizational analysis. Mean you check organization. Do you really cope up with organizational vision, mission? What they are looking? Is it you capable to lead them? Maybe this is, they find you are not capable to lead them. They analyze you already. They can see, okay, this guy is not the suitable person to carry out our organization. So you also need to analyze the organization. You need to do your task analyze. What you do, is that correct way? Is it the right things you do? Sometimes human problem is they think they are always right, but actually we doesn't know. Is it matching? Maybe we do the thing, but it mismatch. Like is a mismatching skill. Then individual analyze, mean your self-analysis. So then you can define it. As we say, there is a diagram like follow. Assess and analyze needs, develop learning object, design and develop the program, then implement the design and evaluate the performance. Again, it can be both way, organizational and yourself, both. Now you need to do also a few things. Okay, to do that, what we need to do? Sometimes we have the university degree. We have a degree, but we doesn't have much skill. In the university, be honest, I will be say, what we are teaching nowadays, we have 1,000 universities in the world. Of course, university is not the liable for whole thing. Because you can see here, each of the time we have, we started our semester with 4 months. In a year, we have how many semester? 3 semester. These 3 semester, half of the first month is going to registration and this already gone back. Students try to solve their problem, registration, sometimes financial issues. We can see most of the time, end of the last week we started the, they can start their classes. Then there is a few holidays every month, at least 1 or 2. Then 2 months you study, there is a midterm, there is some class test. Again last month mid or 3rd week exam start. Actually what you can learn within this? This is just, we are going to producing certificate. Student also, their focus also that. So what you do? You need to learn yourself. You need to have the accountability, your own. You need to learn few things. You need to the simulation. You need to get the before of job training, mean before you job start, you need to develop yourself. You need to have training. You need to, like the some student already today they are still not looking the job. Maybe some of the students, these types of training. This is that one of the type. You can maybe have, as we mentioned, technical training like computer, how to. Most of them, yeah, we know how to operate the Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel. But beside that, to be more, nowadays we see here, everybody is have something involved in the presentation. Even you are in the department, you need to have some knowledge in video editing. You need to have some knowledge in the what you call Adobe Reader. There is this fundamental thing. We don't ask you to become the expertise because you degree is the BBA or you degree is the what you call in other business what you call the discipline. So you might not. None of the employee looking you as the expert. It's like MBA degree. We call the MBA degree of everything, degree of nothing. Same. So because we are in MBA, with the short time we learn few things. Actually, we don't learn anything actually. So this is, you become the manager, but you should have some fundamental knowledge about the finance. You have some knowledge about the what you call the accounting. You should have some knowledge about the management. Nowadays we can see many of them is learning, taking the MBA. Some doctors, engineer also, I teach engineer, also MBA. Then I ask him why. They say we need to have some business knowledge. So that is his off-job training. Even some of them can take as a on-job training. Because this can giving you some knowledge. This can make you more confident. As I mentioned, you need to have a good personality. When you have MBA, you will be more confident. Even you are MBBS doctor, even you are engineer, even you have a degree of social science, even you have degree of psychology, but still you can take this as the additional qualification, which he can giving you extra mileage. Then same, we need to know how to solve the case. We need to know how to role playing, leadership, management games, lecture and this. So this is the off-job training we can take. Then some on-job training, like some of the people have already job. Example, a guy who having the degree from CSE, or the guy who having the degree of accounting, but he doesn't really practice the accounting in software, or he doesn't have much. Even so many jobs is required the on-job training. So you need to have on-job training to befit yourself, to compete with others, to fulfill your objective, to fulfill or to reach your vision. You need to have on-job training. You can be come up with the like ICT. You can have the job of some technical skill. Even sometime you work. I just tell you, you are joined as a marketing manager. In our perspective in Bangladesh, many of them doesn't have the driving license. This is also one type of skill you can learn. When you have a driving license, you know how to drive the car, you know how to drive the motorbikes. Then you maybe get extra privilege than others who doesn't have, because company can maybe think, okay, this guy have the license, we can provide him the car, we can ask him to maybe field in the market. So whatever skill you learn, nothing will be useless. You can learn many on-job training. Some of job training is required by company. Some of them they are what we call it mandatorily you need to learn. Some of them you need to learn by yourself. So you need to have two types of training: on-job training and off-job training. Then what you get all after all this thing, you can get the knowledge, you can get the skill. We believe your wisdom and ambition can reach you to your desired destination. Then, as I mentioned you earlier, you need to have at least these three types of skill: technical skill, conceptual skill, and interpersonal skill. If you know what is that, I believe why we say technical skill. We don't mind. You can see here as my previous lecture, previous slide, we can see some robot is doing the garments job. Still there is operator is there. So you are not going to be useless. If you have the knowledge about the some engineering, you have some technical knowledge about this, you can still get the job, and I believe your salary will be much better. You know, I just sharing one thing. As due to the teaching, and I have a few friends who are doctor, and you know they are in working in the different medical colleges. Some of the medical colleges, in the medical, we found some technician is getting double or triple salary than a doctor. You can't imagine. Even we can see here some doctor working very poor salary. But I have a friend who working here, one of the hospital called Apollo Hospital. He is getting very handsome salary, even though he is just a technician. So I asked him, what is your job? He say, I operate when there is a open heart surgery. He operate the what we call the liver and things in the what we call the when we have the open heart surgery, doctors need to disconnect. Then he operate this thing, and he said this is very much training he take from the he training from the Singapore, he training from the India, and he say I'm getting if I am absent in one day, maybe a doctor cannot do the operation due to because they are only few. So there is like 2 unit or 3 unit of the what you call the surgical unit. If one of them is absent, they cannot do the operation. So you see how he make himself very important. When the heart was released from the body, he need to operate in to alive the people. Can you see, this is some technical job which can give him the extra privilege. He make himself very much important. and without him, doctor cannot be do the operation. So we can learn a lot of technical skill. Even he just study from general what he call general degree, and he take first what he started the job. He said he started the job, I think, nurse. Then slowly on he take the training from the India. Then later on in Singapore, and he work in Singapore itself in Mount Elizabeth Hospital few years. Then he come back again here in the quite same salary. Then why he need to work in Singapore? So improve organizational agility. Your knowledge can be improve your organizational agility. Better and faster decision maker can make it a very good and faster decision maker, because we hire the people to solve our problem. Nobody hire you to make problem. All the employer hire you to solve their problem. This is many types of problem in the organization. So they hire you to solve the problem. You should be very first decision maker. Then quick problem solving, increase rate of innovation. You need to define innovation. You should be a leader. You should define the innovation for them. Then support employees' growth and development, sharing of specialist expertise, better communication skill, improve business process. These all the things can make you by learning knowledge or gathering knowledge. And of course skill can increasing employment opportunity. If you are very much expert in any skill, I believe there is a huge market. Nowadays market is open. Your skill can be not even it can be hire you to other country. You can become the expatriate to other country. Your professional development, increasement, it can be continuous learning. Then it can be monitoring and what you call mentoring you and controlling yourself, and facilitate growth, development, leadership, gain confidence. And of course your confidence is the one who are always looking by employment. Then technical skill, also ability to apply the specialized knowledge, because if you are example as I mentioned like that guy, you have the specialized knowledge who can only do the things. So same, able to use all types of technological tools, especially nowadays as we mentioned, fourth industrial revolution, making the digital world and intellectual what we call the artificial intelligence. Then of course you need to have some cognitive skill. So this one if you have, I believe no one cannot stop you to achieve or gain your objective and vision. Communication skill also verbal, non-verbal, critical thinking, problem solving, decision and negotiation. You also need to know how to do the negotiation, because as I mentioned they hire you to solve the problem, external and internal. You not only problem solve with your own, you need to be a good negotiator. You should be know how to handle the stakeholder, your competitor. So you need to know how to become negotiator. Then conceptual is analytical abilities, your cognitive and your thinking, leadership and problem solving skill. Now there is a something is my advice. I say what you need to do or what you not to do. When it is especially the fresh graduate, even not the fresh graduate, sometimes the working adult also makes some common mistake. When you go for interview, we always face one common question. Tell something about yourself. What do we always tell? I am like this. I am this. I have a bachelor degree in engineering. I have a bachelor BBA. I am very good student. I am very hardworking. I am very confident. I have a question. Yes, you can. What they hire you? First thing, what employer looking from you? What they hire you? They doesn't hire your education. They doesn't hire your what? Hire your degree. So you should not. When the question is coming, we should always avoid these types of answer. We should not tell about my father is that, I am this, that, this. So This is actually last two slide, and this is advice only. So this is, you should try to avoid these types of answer. My answer is have some guideline what you need to do. They want to hear what value you bring to them, what values you carry. They are looking your confidence. You are the fresh graduate. Of course, they never look your experience. So they are looking your values you carry. They are looking the values you have. They are looking your confidence. They are looking your attitude towards the work. We normally call 3S: success, strength, and situation. How you face them. So what are the values you carry? Your values is your skill. Your values your confidence. Your values your the positive attitude towards work. If you have the, as we mentioned for the earlier things, you will be more confident to talk. You have communication skill, you can talk nicely, you can answer them nicely. So they are looking, you have to say something about your values, you have to say something about your confidence, you have to say what you learned last 4 years degree time or last 6 years degree and master's time. So that will be easier for you, and it will be give very much confidence to the employer to hire you. Then another common mistake. What is that? Why should we hire you? I have experience, I have dedication, I am the best candidate because I know that I don't do that. That is also make them confused, because some of the things you are hardworking. How you can prove them? Instantly. They need to hire you, then you can prove that, right? So it's not. You shouldn't. You should avoid this. You should be give some example, like example, your leadership. I give one example. Somebody, you went for the interview of the marketing. You need to know, you need to have very good study about this company, about this position, about this company market share, about this company's strength, about your job position. I believe HR always giving some brief about what job or what role you need to play in that position. So if let's go, we are going for the what we call for the marketing executive. You don't need to say, okay, I am hardworking, again, I am dedicated, I am this. You just need to show your confidence. I believe my job required to have good communication with people. I need to handle client. I am fresh graduate. I doesn't have experience, but in my education period, I were involved in some co-curriculum or some activities in my university period. I was the leader. I know how to communicate and I know how to get the job from the people. I have this, I organized this event under my leadership and we got the success. Yes, you can see I have this certificate of this. You know, even you are the fresh graduate, they don't mind to hire you. They are, again I say, they want to see what value. You need to match what they are looking with this job. Then if you see, I am very good, I am friendly and I know how to handle the people. I have some experience with these 4 years education. Every time we organize some event, we have some what you call fundraising activities, and we did some marketing job. We sell this. Even I think many of the university practice these types of activities. Like they're giving, even my student when I was teaching in the Malaysia, we giving my student how they should be raised fund. So what they do, they make chocolate. They make in like Chinese New Year time, they buy mandarin orange. They sell to the customer outside, including student. They organize event and they do the fundraising. That you can mention these types. Okay, I did that, so I know how to handle. I know how to communicate with the people. I know how to develop the what you call communication skill or the what you call the skill, the meet the people. So these types of things, if you, again I mentioned, as a fresh graduate, nobody look your experience. They just look your values, they look your confidence, they look your work attitude. That's all. And I hope you can manage yourself. Again, I say, you need to have some strategic goal planning, organizing, leading, directing, and controlling yourself. And your success will be there. Thank you so much. And thanks for your patience to hear me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdurrahman. The audience, please put your questions in the chat box. Dr. Joe with us?
Yes, I'm here.
We got a question. One of the audience is asking whether you can briefly explain again the top 10 skills that is required now and in future. By this time, we would like to announce something from ISDC. For the audiences, we'll distribute a survey form end of our Q&A session. Before that, the announcement from ISDC in terms of Dr. Abdurrahman, maybe you should.
Yeah, I'm here. My screen got some issue. Okay.
Just stop this because I want to share my screen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing. Okay.
Thank you. Right.
Okay, I did it.
Thank you.
Is that a stop?
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
So ISDC is going to launch a professional course in human resource management. Basically, this is for the working adults and also the fresh graduates. They can know the latest of HRM. This course is in collaboration with the Wilmington Metropolitan University, US. And this course is project-based. There is no final exam, 100% coursework. This is very fast-track, practical and comprehensive subject coverage with the latest of HRM, what is happening. The facilitator is industry-proven, highly experienced, and as I mentioned, it is suitable for all kinds of background. For this course to enroll, there is no previous experiences required, and the course is very effective. So the criteria for the certification is the candidate has to achieve at least 70% in their coursework, in their assignment, or in their project. This would be the sample certificate, how it looks like from Wilmington Metropolitan University. Along with the other facilities, they will receive this. And the fees. Normally, all the certificate courses offered by ISDC is $125, but for this now there is a scholarship of 68%. After this scholarship, the fees is in USD is 40. Bangladeshi taka is 3,400. Nepal rupees is 4,700. Bhutanese BTN is 2,918, and Malaysian is 170 ringgit. Right. Those who are interested, I repeat, those who are interested to take this course and can take the decision, we will distribute the admission form now. You can fill up for tonight, and the fees has to be payable by this 14th of this February. To get this kind of scholarship. Otherwise, fees will be increased and it will be $50. Yeah. So I repeat, those who are interested and can take decision today, only fill up this form, and this special fees will be enjoyed by first 10 participant only. So this fees of 68% scholarship, I mean USD 40, will be offered only for the first 10 participant. The admission form link is already given in our chat box, so you can fill this up. And if you are not confirmed, if you cannot take decision, kindly do not fill up this form because otherwise the others, those who are serious, they want to take this opportunity, they will miss this opportunity. So a large number of our audience is Bangladesh. So বাংলাদেশ থেকে যারা এই কোর্সটা করার জন্য আপনার সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েছেন অথবা করবেন 100% কনফার্ম, তখনই আপনার ফর্মটা ফিল আপ করবেন। অন্যথায় অন্য আরেকজনের সুযোগটা নষ্ট করবেন না। এটা প্রথম 10 জনের জন্য মাত্র। তো আমরা ইতিমধ্যেই আমাদের অ্যাডমিশন ফর্মটা চ্যাট বক্সে দিয়েছি। And dear audiences, for your questions, you can direct to our chat box, and we will direct to the our guest of speaker tonight. So the question, I will go to Dr. Joginder Singh first to throw a bit more light on the 10 top skills that is required in the current market. Dr. Joe.
Can you see this slide here?
It's clear, Doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
Make it, you can put it in slideshow.
Okay. Okay. What we are saying is this 10 skills I got from it was presented in the World Economic Forum in 2018. Okay, it's about 2 years ago. Every year they bring it up new ones. They are about the same. Okay, now by 2022, what are the skills that are required in the job market? Okay. Just now as mentioned by Dr. Abdurrahman that there is a skill mismatch. Are the universities teaching these skills? Okay. Now, can you all can hear me, Sohail?
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Myself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
So
sometimes.
Okay, so let me explain. Okay, number one is the skills that is gaining very high momentum. If I look at it, is analytical thinking. Your mindset, different thinking. Okay, very analytical, more towards conceptual. Just now was presented. Okay, and innovation. You're very creative and innovation. This is what you will be looking. I mean, the employers will look for you. Are you analytical? Are you creative? These are the things they want in future. They don't want your manual dexterity or the hand job or whatever your jobs that you do, the technical jobs and all those things. No, I mean, even like I say, like books, general ledger, all are automated now. Financial analysis, there's so much of analytical tools nowadays. We don't need people to do analysis anymore. So all these memory, verbal, auditory, all are losing. They're declining skills. Okay. So increasing is analytical thinking, active learning and learning strategies, continuous learning and developing, creativity, technology, design and programming. Okay, nowadays technology, design and programming has become so simple. It's not like those days you need to write programs like those old IBM programs on COBOL and so on. Critical thinking. Again, people, your critical thinking comes in complex problem solving. You are now coming to the job as a problem solver. Think and solve problem, not the machines do it for you. Okay? Like just now shown, Toyota is doing all the cars are built by robots. Toyota. But what does the people do? They think, the design, they know what to they design, they solve problem, they lead. And number 8 came in as emotional intelligence and reasoning, problem solving. Okay, I don't know where I left it. Okay, I mean, so these are the top skills that are coming in. Decline, you can see very well declining is those in memory, manual dexterity and all those things. Any further questions on this?
Yeah, I think it's good, Doctor. There is another question similar to this. How to differentiate between emotion and sympathy in leadership? Emotion and sympathy.
Emotion and?
Sympathy in leadership.
Oh, empathy. You see, emotions, empathy is part of emotional intelligence. I will put it together. empathy is part of emotional intelligence because when I talk about empathy means other people around you. Okay? Other people around you, empathy means as far as my emotional intelligence, when I understand the people around me. Who are they? Okay, their feelings, what do they feel? If I can put myself in their shoes and understand their needs, where they're coming from. This is where we call empathy. I understand them. I understand their needs. I understand where they're coming from. So empathy is actually part of emotional intelligence.
Right, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Muhammad Wahaban, he would like to ask question. Mr. Muhammad Wahaban, so I unmute you. You can ask question.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, it's very clear. You can ask question to
Yes.
our speaker.
Yeah, I really very enjoyed
Me too.
To the session today.
Thank you very much.
The presenters, but I'd like to say something, please. You surprised me when you said that the certain.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I said that the session is very fruitful, beneficial, planned, and organized. But you surprised me. I say you surprised me about the cost of the certificate.
All right. So you'd like to ask any question to our speaker?
Thank you very much. The presenters. They are Maven. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Muhammad. Yeah. Anyone else would like to ask question? Please raise your hand, then we'll unmute you. We are already ahead of our scheduled time, so we take one more question before we end the session. Question to Rahman sir: is interpersonal skill and concept similar?
No. What is it again?
Is interpersonal skill and conceptual skill is similar?
This is two different things. This is two different things, each of the skill, but there is some similar skill there. Like both skill, you have like leadership skill, problem solving skill. But there is one is, as I mentioned in my slide, I can maybe show you, then it will be easy for them to identify here what are the skills we have. Interpersonal skill. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, technical skill, then okay, you can see here interpersonal skill refer to the communication, verbal, non-verbal, critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, and negotiation. Is that clear? Okay, but if you come to the conceptual, it is more in analytical and cognitive and creative thinking. Then these two, last two, leadership and problem solving, is similar.
All right, I think it's very clear. If we summarize what our both speaker has commented today, that the most important or high paid skills may not be contextual tomorrow's world. So the world is changing rapidly. Similarly, we need to upgrade ourselves. We need to upgrade ourselves with the latest knowledge, technology, and information.
Actually, we'll be saying information. The most you need to know what is going to demand from you.
Right.
Because this skill, we are all human beings same. Like, car model. Every year coming the different car model. But you can see very much little changes only, right? So we just need to match up with ourselves in the upgrade only every time. That's all. You don't need to be learn rocket science. You just upgrade yourself only every day. What is current knowledge, skill, information coming to the every new days. That's all.
All right, for audiences, we'll distribute the survey form. Those who fill up this survey form, we'll issue a certificate of attendance. We'd like to appreciate time and the knowledge sharing with us, both speaker, Dr. Joginder Singh and Dr. Abdul Rahman. We thank you very much on behalf of ISDC. So if there is no other questions and it's a very late night in Malaysia, we'd like to end here. So for audiences, we have sent our feedback form. Kindly fill this up so that we can issue the certificate of attendance, and please be mindful when you give the email address. We are receiving a lot of email address incorrectly, so the emails bounce back. So we are expecting before you exit, fill this survey form for us to issue a certificate of attendance. Once again, we'd like to thank both the speakers, Dr. Joginder Singh and Dr. Abdul Rahman. We are ending here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us opportunity to talk.
Most welcome.
We appreciate for your times also. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you from me, Dr. Joginder Singh. Thank you, Sohail, and thank you all the attendees especially. In Malaysia now it's almost 12 midnight.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Before exiting, we will still wait for those who are filling the form. Do not leave your email address. Kindly complete the feedback form.